The Tree of Savior Neverland Digimon collaboration officially ended on June 24th. Meanwhile, both the English and Japanese X, formerly Twitter accounts for Digimon Elysian, have opened. They've begun teasing the upcoming display and demo planned for next week at Anime Expo. The avatar artwork features Kanata alongside Gemmon. Digimon Web has launched its 128th official poll. As part of the 25th anniversary celebrations for Digimon Adventure 02, the latest theme continues the focus on Digimentals. This time, fans are asked to vote for their favorite armor-level Digimon that evolves using the Digimental of Knowledge. There are 6 options available. Voting is open until July 9th. 2 new Digimon Adventure figures have gone up for pre-order in the Asofumitsu vinyl line. Following the earlier releases of Agumon, Volume 2 and Gabumon, Patamon and Tailmon are now listed at Big Bad Toy Store in the US. Each is priced at $30, with a scheduled release of December. Patamon is depicted mid-stretch with a wide smile, approximately 3.9 inches tall. Tailmon is shown sitting, standing around 3.5 inches. June 25th marks the anniversary of Ayumi Miyazaki's debut with Brave Heart. As of this year, the song enters its 26th year. The new arranged version, Brave Heart, Digimon Animation, 25th arranged version, will officially release June 25th. A special bonus is available through the Feel Me Market. A limited edition bromide featuring the jacket illustration will be given as a bonus, 1 per CD purchased while supplies last. Sharkmon appears in Time Stranger as the commander of the Ocean Titans, an ultimate android-type virus attribute Digimon, an enormous shark Digimon that digivolved as a result of an aquatic Digimon's voracious appetite for consuming prey. Having absorbed battleship data, more than half of its body is mechanized. The fiendish Sharkmon first uses its anchor to catch Digimon that live in the net ocean or pass close by, then consumes them. For all-out bombardment, Sharkmon deploys and fires cannons. It also launches Plutodumon, torpedoes that bite onto their target before self-destructing. Lastly, during Fang Charge, it hooks an enemy on its anchor, then retracts the anchor while rushing forward to attack. SkullSeadramon, an ultimate undead-type virus attribute Digimon, the undead form of Seadramon. Even without any body tissue, it swims on through the net ocean, acting on instinct alone as it searches for Digimon to feed on. Now reduced to its bones, SkullSeadramon has reduced water resistance, enabling it to move at high speeds as it pursues its prey. Upon catching an enemy, it coils its long body around them, slowly choking their life away with its death wrap technique. For its lightning javelin move, it shoots a stinging electric shock from the blade atop its head. The more SkullSeadramon charges this attack, the higher its power becomes. According to producer Hara, Digimon Storytime Stranger doesn't focus heavily on side content like minigames or special activities. Instead, the main focus remains on the story and the core gameplay of collecting and racing over 450 Digimon. The team wanted players to really engage with and enjoy these 2 central aspects. However, once players clear the main story, new content will unlock. This includes a much more difficult game mode, designed for those who want to dive deeper into the systems. Hara mentions that this high difficulty mode might be tough even for seasoned players, with especially powerful subquest bosses that will likely pose a serious challenge. It won't be something you can handle with just average training. The game also allows for data carryover in multiple playthroughs, encouraging extended collection and development of Digimon. In the Gallantmon Crimson Mode SP Story event in Digimon New Century, Gilmon, partner of DTF staff member Ryota, achieved the super ultimate stage through forced DNA digivolution in the lab. This was part of an experiment where Crimson Mode fused Tournament Inspector Haruto's Terriermon simulation data to help temper Gilmon's aggression. However, they had skipped data collection sparring sessions for 3 months. DTF is constantly short-staffed, and Ryota wanted to help in the field instead of sitting idle in the lab. Still, The commanders insisted on closely monitoring this fusion since it's one of the few successful super ultimate evolutions. If all Digimon could reach that stage, DTF's overall strength would skyrocket, possibly solving their chronic staffing and overtime issues. In fact, DTF even started pulling retired special response veterans back into service to cover the manpower crunch. They knew Crimson Mode's time limit kept shrinking and its data stability was deteriorating, yet they kept pushing it because they couldn't spare the firepower. Every time Gallantmon evolved into Crimson Mode, it felt incredible, but painful, like it was losing itself more and more after each battle. Even after devolving, the memories kept looping in its mind. Gallantmon was afraid of the day it might forget everything, including Ryota. Meanwhile, Haruto helped Saki, who had gotten stuck on a rooftop after chasing Falcomon. Falcomon, a follower of Lilithmon, had attempted to go after its lord. In the end, Falcomon decided to stay with Saki, remarking that if she couldn't live without it, then there was no helping it. Terriermon, always the one to get the scoop first, even if it's bad news, joked that with ears this big, every sound just flies in. Then came a firewall breach by the Union Army. HQ ordered all non-combat staff to evacuate, but Haruto, despite being just a tournament judge and not registered combat personnel, stayed, because Ryota had gone missing after being attacked by his own partner. Crimson Mode had gone berserk. Haruto and Terriermon had once entered the very first digital tournament, but were eliminated in the first round, so they weren't really considered proper combatants. Crimson Mode lost control after going 3 months without maintenance, and Terriermon's data, intended to suppress Gallantmon's aggression, might not be as effective as expected. People often say Terriermon are mild, but individual personalities vary. Eventually, Mega Gargomon and Gallantmon Crimson Mode fused on a real battlefield, not just inside virtual data, to repel the Union Army invasion in Sector C. Ryota was hospitalized, and though Gallantmon kept trying again and again, it never managed to reach that Super Crimson Mode form again. Random chance and unstable factors had triggered the evolution, and recreating it proved impossible. And things didn't calm down after the firewall incident. In fact, they only got worse. Lilithmon and the Union Army are up to something. The Digimon source code, Battle Database, introduced Lilithmon, one of the most powerful and stylish Mega Digimon out there. She's a virus attribute demon lord, and yet her whole kit is built around manipulation, punishment, and debuffs. Let's break it down. Her first core skill is called Nightmare. It hits a single enemy with 200% of her attack power, but if that enemy's max HP is higher than hers, she deals even more damage, up to an extra 120%. And after the attack, she turns 20% of that damage into a shield for herself. Next is Demon Lord's Mirage. She has a 90% chance to throw a status effect on an enemy that wrecks their crit rate, drops it by 77%, and if they attack anyone other than Lilithmon, their damage is cut by 25%. At the same time, she gets her own buff called Demon Lord's Domain, which caps the damage she can take from any single hit to just 33% of her max HP. Both effects last for 2 turns and can be removed. Her third skill, Phantom Pain, targets all enemies with 110% damage, and there's a 50% chance to stack Dark Corrosion on each of them. She's also got Sinister Sigh, which can drain 2 to 3 points of energy from one enemy with a 90% success rate. Nazar Nail is another area of effect move. 80% damage to all enemies with a 40% chance to taunt them. And her final active skill, Wrath of the Dark Goddess, has a 95% chance to seal a single enemy's attack skills. Now let's talk passives. Her main passive, Goddess of Darkness, reduces all damage she takes from vaccine-type Digimon by 25%. And when she gets hit, there's a 65% chance the attacker's skill cooldown gets pushed back by a turn. That effect can happen twice per turn, and it only affects enemies. Then there's 7 deadly sins. Wrath. If any enemy loses energy, whether it's from her or someone else, there's a chance they'll get debuffed. A 20% shot at lowering their attack, and a 40% chance at reducing their speed. And finally, Descent of the Demon Lord activates at the start of each turn. For every stack of Dark Corrosion on enemies, she gets a 1% boost to both attack and HP for that turn. And if the effect is stacked with multiple instances of this passive, the buff gets boosted even more, by 20% per instance.